Number one's keys and spec. Oh my. What's going on, 22 here, and here is my keys, number ones, and spec pickups from the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Let's start things off with Fantastic Four number 211. Found this in a 50-cent bin, dollar bin, whatever the case was, and I was just amazed. This is the first appearance of Terrax the Tamer. He is a Herald of Galactus. There's some speculation that this may come up, and with the constant shuffling of heralds that may be coming up in the Fantastic Four movie, it's possible maybe we get a version of Terrax. There's also been rumors that we would get a series about all the heralds of Galactus. Now, of course, that could be long gone now, or still in development, or whatever the case is. But I thought this was a solid pickup, especially for around the 50-cent mark. Fantastic Four 286. This sees the return of Jean Grey back from Marvel Comics. This has also got the second appearance of the X Factor team, if I remember that right. I don't know that we'll ever get a, Jean dies and then comes back or anything along those lines. I know there's been 2 takes already at the Phoenix, and I don't see why Feige wouldn't go towards that, because I think he is up for that kind of a challenge. I mean, we've already had 2 iterations of the Fantastic Four, and we're getting that again as well. So maybe this turns into something. I don't know. Seemed like a solid pickup though again. Avengers number 35. This features the start of the Time Runs Out storyline that's been picking up some heat, because possible adaptation of that storyline could be coming in the Doctor Strange number 3 movie. This also features the first cover appearance of Sam Wilson, and shout out to Will, Couple Comics, part of the Monday Night lineup. He informed me, well, this was the first cover appearance of Superior Iron Man, something I honestly did not know. So cool book, some speculation behind this as well, and some cool first cover appearances, although they're in the shadows, which kind of bothers me. Like, they could have a cooler one. Just saying. Booster Gold number 5. This features the first cameo appearance of the Black Beetle. Now, I've not looked at it to see if I consider this to be a first appearance or not, but he's also impersonating the Blue Beetle as well, so that could cause a conundrum right there. Awesome cover with homage to the Killing Joke right here, with we're sticking to Zolo as the Blue Beetle, and that coming into the new James Gunn DCU. And this awesome cover to go along with it, if they went the Black Beetle route, which I believe was part of the Young Justice storyline, if I'm not mistaken, then this may become a popular book. Booster Gold number 10. Sticking with the Black Beetle, this is the first time that he reveals himself as the Black Beetle from whatever century it was. Again, just more Black Beetle, Blue Beetle kind of speculation. It's off of a villain. Not as cool as the cover as the one before. I do like how they have like Booster and the Blue Beetle and other characters that I do not recognize, honestly. But again, more speculation that we could see a Black Beetle in the James Gunn DCU. Superman Batman number 22. Great number, by the way. This features the first appearance of Batman Beyond within like DC actual continuity. However, there's a debate as to whether or not this is the Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond, or if it's Tim Drake Batman Beyond. Regardless of all the speculation, I do think it's a cool cover. I like how the bat symbol is upside down, because it looks like we get some kind of a bizarro Batman as well. Something I don't know anything about. And I know people look for this particular issue because of that Batman Beyond spec or talk or key. Here is Superman Batman number 23. Key Collector has this labeled as the first appearance of Batman Beyond Tim Drake, which I believe would be the same Batman Beyond from the previous issue that I just showed y'all. So, again, I don't know. I know a lot of people I haven't seen look at this book or look for this book. They mainly go for 22, but in a bundle deal, I would think 22 and 23 would be a great setup. So that's why I went ahead and picked this up as well. Again, I haven't looked to see which I think would be the actual first appearance. I'm just kind of going off of what Key Collector's got, and then I can sort it out later and figure out what I think. But the market more speaks as far as Spec goes than anything else. So, but if you're looking for your PC, you might want to look at the actual pages to figure out what you think is the first appearance. Now, I didn't pick these books up because I think we're going to get a Batman Beyond in DCU, even though it'd be extremely cool. And I think they're running out of time with Michael Keaton. Like, every second matters. If you want to do a really awesome Batman Beyond, get Keaton back to be Bruce Wayne. That'd be amazing. But I know people want these books. I think I picked these up for $2 a piece. I love, love, love finding this book, especially in dollar bins like I did this one. The New 52, number 1. This features the first appearance of Simon Baz, Green Lantern. I think this is the most underrated Green Lantern key that there is. I know Jessica Cruz is really popped off, and a lot of people love her. Her book always goes for a good bit of money, but Simon Baz, I find more times than not. I found like 2 or 3 issues last year at Free Comic Book Day. Second Charles had some old back stock of stuff, so I went ahead and grabbed them. And then I found this one this year at the Huntsville Con for $1, and I was talking to a guy, and I was just happened to be flipping through while I was talking to him, and there it was. I grabbed it, snatched it up, and threw it on my pile. It's just, I don't know, it just found me. When it comes to Green Lanterns, I don't think any Green Lantern is safe necessarily. I think the Earth ones are easier to do and especially more friendly on the special effects budget. Although I know we're going to want to see more than just Earthbound Green Lanterns. Simon Baz could be a really cool one to throw out there. I know Jessica Cruz is highly spec'd on, but we're getting Guy Gardner. Out of all the ones that we're getting Guy, and I don't get that one. But that kind of gives me hope that, you know, maybe we get Simon Baz as well. Another dollar pickup at this same booth. This is the Spectacular Spider-Man number 139. This features the first cover and the origin of Tombstone in this book. An awesome, awesome cover. Love this being his first. It's everything I would expect of Tombstone. And just nice, amazing presentation right here. I don't know that we'll get Tombstone anytime soon in any kind of Spider-Man. I don't know that he's that viable of a character to do. With us doing more street level heroes and villains, maybe we could see them, but and then Kingpin being around, maybe that could be a good way to bring in Tombstone, but I don't know. I've not heard anything recently about Tombstone. That doesn't mean we couldn't get him though, but at $1, I don't care whether we're getting him or not. This is an amazing cover and it's a key. So, Starjammers number 1. This is some great 90s goodness right here with the number 1 having all the foily whatnot on it. I think this is like a 2-issue miniseries or something, and I could be wrong on that. There was a Starjammers and the X-Men or something title before this one, or Starjammers from the X-Men was maybe the title, something like that. With this one just being Starjammers, I like this one as the first actual solo title for this group, and one that I think, you know, is fun to find in the dollar bins. I don't know that we will get a Starjammers, especially with us having the Guardians and all those other groups of people out in the galaxy. Maybe there is a group that's called the Starjammers, and that would be cool. Tales of the Noon Teen Titans, starring Cyborg, number 1. I don't know if this is technically Cyborg's first solo story or not. That's kind of why I picked it up, but the more I look at it, the more I don't know. I think it has an awesome yellow cover for that yellow cover challenge that people like to do. And it also has the origin of Cyborg. However, there was one before this, so this was not the first origin story of Cyborg. But I just thought it was really cool, and like I said, it was number 1, so I was kind of looking for those to maybe give away or sell or whatever else the case was, and came home with this one. I think it was, again, it's like another 50-cent dollar bin find. Here is Jinx number 1. As you see down here at the bottom, it says all new material, so I don't think this is an original. I think this came out after it left whatever publishing it was before. But with the news of Jinx coming out, I thought this would be a really cool giveaway book. It was a number 1, so it was a nice starting on point as well. And at 50 cents, it was a nice pickup. Cloak and Dagger number 1. Now, this is the first solo ongoing series for them. This is the number 1 for that. Nice cover on top of that. We've already had Cloak and Dagger once before. Could they maybe bring them back? I think it's always a possibility. I think people are always looking and specking on Cloak and Dagger coming back to the MCU. I think it'd be really cool and really easy to do. Well, for the most part, really easy. Especially Cloak. I would love to see Cloak doing his thing. I don't want him necessarily so dark and brooding, but I also don't necessarily know the character, so that may be just the way the character's supposed to be. I just think that his visuals are very cool, and I like seeing that. So, but yeah, Cloak and Dagger 1. I usually spec on this one and the first limited series, that issue number 1. That's always one I always look for as well. This one here I think is overlooked a lot. I don't know if it's a good read or not, and I know the character kind of comes in and out, and there's no speculation on the character returning to the MCU anytime soon, but Cable number 1. Now, this is the first issue of the limited series, Cable, Blood and Metal. I found not 1, but 3 of these in a 50-cent bin, and this to me seems like the first solo title for Cable, not that first number 1 from whenever it was that had the nice embossed foil title on it. Not only did I find this in there, but I also found Cable number 2, so I will have like a full set to either be able to sell or give away or what have you, read maybe even as well, since it's only a 2-issue series. Again, I'm just always looking for X-Men number 1s because there was a lot of them out there, as well as the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, Human Torch has a number 1, the Thing has a number 1, the Invisible Woman has a number 1, and Reed Richards himself even has a number 1, which is all pretty cool. So I look for those to, you know, give away, sell, whatever, because I just think they're the first solos, and that's cool to me. So finding all of these in a 50-cent bin was just like, yes, absolutely, let's go. I have heard more talks of Josh Brolin coming back as Thanos than I have as Cable, so I don't know that we'll see Cable again until maybe after Secret Wars when they do like a soft reboot or something. But I still think these are great to have and just, you know, be able to check out and own. Storm and Illyana, Magic number 1. Another one that I'm kind of confused about as to whether or not this would actually be a character's first solo title or not. Illyana actually didn't become Magic till after this series right here. It's a 4-issue limited series. This does have the origin of Illyana Rasputin in there. Anya Taylor-Joy has already played this character once in the New Mutants movie, which, by the way, Comic Like Comics podcast did a review of that movie, and really wasn't that bad. So, I want to do yourself a favor and maybe watch a new, like, mutant-type movie. Check out New Mutants. It's on Disney+. Back to Magic number 1, though. I looked for this book. I like this book. I think it's cool. Like I said, I don't know, like, is this her first solo? Is it not? Like, her first solo title? She does take up the name, and it's spelled the exact same. This story also takes you into her becoming Darkchild as well, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. I look for this because maybe, it seems like they're already in talks with Anya Taylor-Joy. Maybe she comes back as Magic. That'd be cool. She's a fan favorite, so I don't see why not. Nightcrawler, number 1. Probably one of my favorite number 1s to find because I love swashbuckling Nightcrawler. I love the character anyways. I think he's really cool. And I love the way that he's drawn and represented. And again, he's like a pirate. It's freaking awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. I know that Nightcrawler is a fan favorite of a good bit of people. And so having his his first solo title is, I think, something just really cool to have. Again, all these were pretty much dollar bin, 50-cent finds. So they are hard to pass up on. That is it for my dollar bin and Spec finds. Thank y'all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to be on the lookout next for my cover buys. I've also got, I think, like stories or completed stories that go with that, if I remember right. I don't know. The next one is definitely going to have cover buys, and it's going to have something else with it too. It's going to be awesome, I think. You should definitely check it out when it's out there. If it's already out there, then go over there. Go check it out. Go check it out now. Thank y'all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You can find me on the Comically Comics podcast every Monday. New episodes drop on all podcatchers, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We also release the new episodes on Wednesdays on our YouTube channel, Comically Comics Podcast. You can also find me on Instagram, eBay, and Shortbox. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching, and as always, y'all have a good one.